8, 2 más. 9, una más, vamos.
Terence Crawford moving up to fight Canelo is like a lion trying to wrestle a T-Rex. Sure, the lion's fast, but one wrong move and he's a fossil. Buckle up, boxing fans, because the pound-for-pound chaos gods have blessed us with a matchup so bold, so wild, and
buscando. El doble ya empezó.
so potentially catastrophic we can't tell if it's a super fight or a fever dream. On September 12th, Canelo Alvarez, the walking embodiment of precision, power, and controlled violence, will trade leather with Terence "Bud" Crawford, the slick technician who's made a habit of humiliating everyone in his path. But this time, Crawford's not just moving up in weight, he's moving into the lion's den, and the lion is hungry.
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't
obviously.
Let's get one thing straight. This isn't a friendly exhibition. This isn't a tune-up. This is Canelo's warpath. The Mexican superstar isn't shadowboxing in silk pajamas. He's going full Ivan Drago mode in the gym. The sweat is real. The punches are louder. The sparring partners? They're survivors, not volunteers. Canelo's been slicing through styles like a Jinsu knife through butter movers, brawlers, southpaws, switch hitters, all brought in to simulate Crawford's unpredictability. And word is, he's breaking them down one by one. Meanwhile, Bud's got the biggest uphill battle of his career. He's entering the ring heavier than ever, and no matter how great your footwork is, you can't sidestep physics. Moving up to 168 means packing on muscle and possibly leaving behind the speed that made him untouchable. He's not just fighting Canelo, he's fighting gravity, fatigue, and the simple fact that Canelo has been wrecking people at this weight since Crawford was still fighting at lightweight. And don't let the poker face fool you, Canelo smells blood. He knows what it's like to be the smaller guy taking a risk. Shout out to his Mayweather loss. And you better believe he's ready to give Crawford a crash course in weight class reality. Still, let's not pretend Crawford's walking in unarmed. The man's ring IQ is ridiculous. He adapts like a chameleon on Red Bull. If anyone can bring a tactical blueprint to confuse Canelo, it's Bud. But here's the problem. Canelo doesn't get confused. He downloads your style in 2 rounds and starts rearranging your internal organs by round 4. And with the crowd roaring in Las Vegas and the bright lights blinding every mistake, Crawford's first misstep could be his last. So, what's at stake? Legacy, undefeated records, bragging rights, and maybe even a place in boxing immortality. But while Bud's chasing greatness, Canelo's defending an empire, and he's not about to let a visiting king snatch his crown without a war. Mark your calendars, cancel your plans, and stock up on popcorn. This fight might end in a classic or in a clean, cold KO that echoes through boxing history. Either way, one man's myth is about to meet another man's momentum. Canelo Alvarez isn't just training. He's engineering a version of himself that could survive a meteor strike and still make weight. Behind the cool press conference confidence is a prep routine so disciplined, so brutally meticulous, you'd think he was getting ready to storm a castle, not just a boxing ring. Let's start with the stuff most fighters don't show on Instagram. While influencers are out here curling pink dumbbells and doing TikTok dances, Canelo's literally training his neck to take a punch from a wrecking ball. Isometric holds, resistance bands, head harnesses, his neck strength workouts could put a chiropractor in cardiac arrest. Why? Because if Bud lands a sneaky counter, Canelo's head isn't going to snap back. It's going to shrug it off like an annoying fly. Then comes the core. And we're not talking six-pack selfies. Core, we're talking rotational power that can twist a man in half. Cable machines, explosive med ball slams, and torque-generating movements are the blueprint. This is the kind of core strength that lets you body shot a welterweight into early retirement. But none of that power comes without maintenance. Canelo's recovery game is top tier. Ice baths colder than his stare. Deep tissue massages that make grown men weep. Mobility work, stretching, yoga, and yes, actual rest. The man doesn't just train like a beast, he recovers like a pro athlete who wants to do this for another decade. By afternoon, the gym becomes his battleground. It's no nonsense, no filler brutality. Squats, deadlifts, bench presses that would terrify your local Planet Fitness. And in between? Plyometric hellbox jumps, agility ladders, medicine ball torpedoes, all designed to make him faster, meaner, and more explosive than ever. Bodyweight circuits rounded out. Pull-ups, dips, endless core drills. Because when round 10 hits and your legs are jelly, Canelo's still dancing and still dangerous. And when the sweat has dried and the chalk has settled, he doesn't turn off. He dials in. That was crystal clear at the recent press conference, where Canelo served cool-headed confidence with a side of, "Try me." Reflecting on his early days of countering grown men off the ropes, he contrasted it with the recent years of chasing opponents who would rather run laps than trade leather. With Crawford, he's prepared for anything, but he's hoping for a fight, a real fight. "I hope he brings a good style to make a good fight for the people," Canelo said with a grin that screamed, "I'll find you either way. If not, I'm going to do my best to win in every way." So make no mistake, this isn't just another mega fight. This is Canelo's total war. A test of legacy, a showdown of styles, a battle of weight, will, and weaponized muscle memory. Crawford may be stepping up in weight, but Canelo? He's already stepped into legend mode. When legends talk, the world listens. But when Bomac talks, oh, you feel it in your bones. Canelo Alvarez may have walked into the press conference calm, confident, and looking like he just got back from casually conquering a mountain. But let's be real, the man is locked in like a laser-guided missile. When the legacy question came up, the old greatest Mexican fighter of all time card, Canelo didn't flinch. He didn't pound his chest. He didn't say, "I already am." Instead, he dropped the coldest flex of all. "Let's see when I retire, but for sure, I'll beat this guy no matter what." That's not bravado. That's a man with nothing left to prove and everything still left to take. He followed up with, "I don't say I'll be the greatest, I think my numbers will speak for themselves." Translation, I've already rewritten the history books, I just haven't finished the final chapter yet. Canelo's not here to talk. He's here to close doors, make statements, and add Crawford's name to a resume that already reads like a Hall of Fame plaque. But across the stage, the tone was wildly different. Team Crawford came with fire, and Bomac, Terence, Crawford's longtime trainer and full-time hype machine, was already barking like it was round one. Bomac started respectful calling Canelo a great fighter and acknowledging the reign he's had over the past 15 years. But let's not get it twisted. This man came to throw verbal haymakers. When asked about stopping Canelo, Bomac didn't blink. "We trained for 15 rounds, but if the knockout comes, we're going to get him." He then nodded to Crawford's unshakable self-belief, the kind of quiet, chilling confidence that makes opponents second-guess themselves in the tunnel. That swagger isn't new. It's baked into Bud's DNA. And Bomac made sure everyone in Riyadh and everyone watching at home knew that this isn't just a paycheck fight for Crawford. This is destiny. And when it came time for his final words to Canelo, he already knows we mean business. Boom! Bomac wasn't just hyping his guy. He was throwing the gauntlet, flipping the table, and challenging one of the most dangerous men in boxing to meet fire with fire. According to him, this isn't just a fight, it's legacy warfare. And if you think Bud's coming in just to survive, think again. They're swinging for immortality. He left the fans with one final message. Bud is already history. This fight is going to stamp that legacy. So here we are. Canelo calm, carved out of granite, and quietly sharpening his sword. Crawford locked in, but with a team that's ready to go to war before the first bell even rings. The mutual respect is there, but don't get it twisted. This is a collision course. Canelo wants legacy. Crawford wants greatness. And only one will walk away with both. If you're loving the breakdowns, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because this fight isn't just historic. It's inevitable chaos, and we'll be ringside for every second of it.